Hi everyone, I'm Bratman and welcome to... It's been like, what, 5 months? Either way, I finally got some time on my hands and I figured I would finish up that PC video that I posted on the channel.
Hey.
And I figured I would finish up that video that I posted if people wanted to see it. Now I realized that I didn't actually... Because things are hectic, I didn't actually film every single piece of part or thing that was gonna happen inside the PC, but I'll try my best to explain what I did. Look at that monstrosity right there. I drilled 2 holes at the top. The wires are all tangled at the back there, but I cut out 2 squares at the top just to get all the exhaust out at the top. But then dismantling those. Here you can see the inside of the PC.
Hello there.
Taking out the GTX 1070. And there's a 90-degree bracket for the PCIe thing. Next was to take out the CPU cooler. I only had to use the stock Intel cooler because there's no room for anything else because of the compact build. Next was taking out the CPU and then clean it. And then I had to de-lid the whole thing, and that was hard to do with one hand. But this little tool lets you screw that screw in, and it will slide that little thing to the left and pop off the lid of the CPU. So then I actually applied the liquid metal after I cleaned it, and then I had to glue everything back together and wait 24 hours. So then I had to put everything back the way that it was, screw everything back. There actually was an easier issue with the screws that I used at the top because I actually screwed them all the way in and I hit the motherboard, which caused a short, preventing the PC from actually booting on. So you can see it. Besides that, there actually was a razor blade attached to the kit that I had to slide off all the old like rubber or the glue that was holding the lid at the top of the CPU. And I was really scared that I would, you know, scratch one of the components, but everything turned out fine. And because the problem that got me into this to begin with was that I booted up the PC and I, for some reason, started looking into the temperatures of the computers. Now, I have gone a little bit overboard because I've checked every single computer that I have and they all are within certain temperature scale. Because if they get too warm, triggers something, makes me go into MacGyver mode. You can go down on the floor now. Because the problem that I noticed with the current CPU that is in that computer, which is an i7 4790, and it's supposed to have like a base clock. And I ran some programs while I was playing games, which showed like the clock core and everything, the clock speed up in the left corner or wherever you want it. And it was much lower than what was advertised for that CPU. So basically, because it was overheating, because the cooling inside under the lid was too poor, it was down throttling its performance. So basically, it wasn't able to run the games that it was supposed to be able to run. Now, after a lot of back and forth, the temperature is actually idling at 33 degrees for the GPU and 34 degrees Celsius for the CPU. Now, before I did anything to these computers, the idle temperature was about 60 degrees for the CPU. And whenever I even just thought about looking at a game, didn't even matter what game it was like 98, 99, it was slowly climbing because the whole cabinet is so small, and the only exhaust fans or ports for this shell is at the back of the computer. There was nothing blowing air out of the back. So first, I tried, because I had this cooling station for a PS4 Slim. I dismantled that whole thing, and I put those tiny little fans, tiny square little fans, and I put them at the back, or like at an angle, underneath the CPU cooler to help it blow air out the back. It helped a little bit, but it didn't help enough. So then I brought the computer with me to work, and I used an angle grinder, cut out 2 squares at the top because I ordered 2 new fans, the ones that you saw at the top of the computer, drilled holes for the screws and all that stuff like that, added 2 small singles, circular holes for just exhaust, really, because heat rises and it doesn't really get out the back that well. That's more designed for the GPU. So this way, those 2 fans at the top are now sucking air out of the computer. So all the warmth that get accumulated inside the computer. I did those things before I even delidded the whole thing, and that alone like dropped the temperature within the case like 20 degrees, easy. But it wasn't enough. So then I ordered the tools to get the delid stuff, and I did that whole thing. But what did I do in the meantime after? I bought myself a PS3 online, and I delidded and repasted the CPU for that too. Becoming some sort of a hobby, this. But anyway, I have set up my my whole setup here in the shed. It's more isolated, and the audio in here is not that bad actually. So I'm hoping to get back to recording some games real soon, and I have a list of games that I really want to go through and play. One developer for one game actually reached out and asked if I wanted to play one of their games, but with a kid on my hands, there's no time. But either way, I just wanted to make something, just show some sign of life, I guess. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon, and take care.